For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness.
Let my soul bless Yahweh, the great king. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones, thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Hallelujah, and they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, which have extolled it forever.
We can look at the earth today, and there are still, even though this devil has destroyed and ruined the earth and polluted the world, polluted the air, polluted the waters, polluted the food and the people and everything, and the earth itself, there are still places on earth that are so breathtaking and so beautiful, even though it's still tainted, but it's just so beautiful to look at. You know, being there can probably take off, you know, or bring you back 5-10 years, make you 5 or 10 years younger, 15-20 years younger, just by the presence, the aura of that place. So just imagine how much greater the kingdom is going to be when the Most High has on his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. You know, imagine how much greater, how much more beautiful the kingdom of heaven is going to be once it's established. You know, and these are things that we have to keep in mind, because this is what we're fighting for.
And seek not ye what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards your own brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations. Hopefully, out there pushing the word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, you know, dealing with the devil, the Bible speaks of a new Rome. Okay, and what I want to do is start off in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right, I got a few videos I want to get into, you know, just bounce around, go into some things. But what we have to understand, all right, we're dealing with the devil that the Bible speaks of, the so-called white man. Okay, and that's the nation of people that run the earth today. All right, and we're in some heavy times, you know, as you go into Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right, this is the prophecy leading up to the MOTB, okay, and describes the power structure that will be in power, okay, starting with Revelation 13 and 11, okay, because this is the 10 toes of that statue in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, all right, and this is that beast system, all right, that's prophesied to be in power at the return of Yahushua, and Esau being in the end of the world, end of this age. Okay, and Jacob, all right, which ultimately Yahushua, you know, being the beginning of it that followeth, well, we're in the midst of that transition. Okay, and this beast system ran by Esau, Edom, okay, will be the end of the age of the heathens, all right, being in power. Okay, Esau Edom is the last heathen, and he will rule. All right, out of this beast system, he will revive Rome in the earth again. Okay, to rule one last time. All right, and this devil's mind, he's going to continue his rulership. All right, through left hand means, through technology. Okay, and this is why we see technology is at the forefront of this presidency. Okay, of Trump. Okay, because it's bigger than Trump. You know, Trump is a tool that's being used, okay, by the true powers, the elite banking families, okay, to usher in, all right, this NWO, okay, this enterprise is going to fail. So when you read Revelation 13:11, it says, I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. Okay, this speaking of America, and he had two horns like a lamb. All right, speaking of these two political parties, Republican and Democrat, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, he spake as a dragon. Now, going into the lamb, you know, which a lamb, you know, is also symbolic for a savior. You know, these two parties, you know, promise how they're going to save the people. You know, the Republican Party promise how they're going to save the people from the Democrats. The Democrats promise how they're going to save the people from the Republicans. You know, they come as if they're innocent, harmless, you know, as a lamb. Okay, but we're coming to the time where we're finna see this dragon. Okay, the dragon side of this power structure, man. You know, they've been pretending, you know, to be this lamb. Okay, being politically correct. All right, well, we're coming into the time where we're going beyond politically correct. Okay, matter of fact, let's get that word real quick. Let's get that definition. All right, it's a term we hear used. Okay, but when you go, let me see. Let me post it real quick. So when you get this word politically correct, all right. All right, it said politically correct. It says conforming to prevailing liberal or radical opinion. All right. Yeah, it says sometimes derogatory, conforming to prevailing liberal or radical opinion, in particular by carefully avoiding forms of expression or actions, all right, that are perceived to exclude, marginalize, or insult groups of people who are socially disadvantaged or discriminated against. Okay, and this is why you see, you know, they reeled in that DIE. You know, DIE was a form of political correctness, you know, to make everyone feel included and you know, a part, you know, a fair shake, you know, in the workforce, and you know, all these different things, TV and acting, and you know, whatever, you know. But them drawing that back is them showing you that they're beyond being political correct. They're beyond trying to move in a way that doesn't offend anyone. Okay. Now we're finna see them go dragon mode. Okay, which is going to be very aggressive and destructive. Okay. Now, going back into uh Revelation 13:12, it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. And this is speaking of ancient Rome, all right, the pagan Roman Empire, all right, ran by Esau. Okay, because this is Malachi, you know, 1 and 4. You know, them returning to build the desolate places. Okay, and then and pagan Rome fell. All right, the Western Roman Empire under Esau fell. All right, well, we've seen it revive back in the earth. You know, and this American, NATO, and EU system, it exercised all the power of ancient Rome to where Rome had the authority over all the governments of the earth when it was in power. You know, Rome can intervene in any foreign affair that they wanted to. Okay, they can pull up, you know, with those legions anywhere they wanted to. Okay, they could you know, make anyone a tributary anywhere they wanted to. All right, and we see, all right, America, NATO, and EU exercise that same power today. Okay, the influence that the Roman Empire had. okay, to where their customs and their, way of life, if it influenced the earth. Okay, and we're seeing that same thing today, especially from America, man. It says, and causes the earth and them which the world therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, pagan Rome is back. Okay, with technology, man. Okay, and the people that worship this current society, that because you see, people really just want to enjoy the beast. That's why you see no major uproar, is their government constantly commits, offense after offense against the masses. There's no uproar because people really just want to enjoy the beast. Okay, they want to do as thou wilt, live for the weekend. Okay, indulge in the flesh. Okay, not be accountable. They love their careless way of living and the convenience and all this access they have to, their flesh. Okay, so people worship this beast, man. This pagan Rome. You worship America, all right, and you so proud to be an American and Star Spangled Banner. You're worshiping pagan Rome because America, all right, and Western culture, okay, is nothing but the pagan Rome revived in the earth. Okay, script malls, the gladiatorial games, the the individual, okay, their status. People worship status in this society. Just like they did in ancient Rome. Okay, the restaurants, the fast food, all these different things come from pagan Rome. Okay, and you go here, this guy that's in the White House with Trump now. This guy, he loves, he's obsessed with Rome, Elon Musk. All right, and this is a tweet from Elon Musk a while back, November last year, and he said America is new Rome. Okay, and he reposted this cultural critic, and it says America was founded to be the true successor of ancient Rome, which prophecy said that America would be the successor of ancient Rome. Okay, revived in the earth. Okay, but most don't know how deep the parallels run from his grid plans to his constitution. Okay, so he went into, the seal. Okay, the eagle, which the Bible speaks of. Okay, the Senate, the grid, so he goes into all these different parallels, which we go into these things, but just to show, okay, that these devils have revived, all right, the beast back into the earth, that dragon back into the earth, man. Okay, now these people are the devil, and that's what folks don't understand. See, they throw these puppets, okay, these military, not military, these political figures in your face, Obama, okay, Trump, okay, George Bush, and they put these people in your face, but the people that really, all right, are calling the shots is people that the public eye is not familiar with. Okay, and I want to go into a few of these devils. Now, this is this devil, Henry Kissinger. Okay, and what these devils do, he's a small hat. He's from Germany, but he was a small hat. Okay, he's Amalek. Okay, and he played a pivotal part in foreign policy for America for decades. Okay, so all these different presidents, the Nixons and the Ronald Reagans, and okay, these different presidents that they, put, on the scene as if they're, the sole, authority. Okay, or that they're operating within, the executive branch of the White House. No, they have, all right, true Edomites with power that are straight devils that are calling the shots to all this wickedness that goes on in the earth, man. And see, that dragon is going to speak. Esau, this this government that these certain figures that are in the background are starting to come to the front. That's why you have Elon Musk. Elon Musk is getting you prepared for the rest of these unelected officials that's going to be at the forefront of calling the shots going forward. Okay? That whole thing of voting, see, that's the old world. All right? That's why it's called a new world order. It's going to be a new order to everything, man. From government to money, okay, to your social life, okay, to housing, okay, to what food is. Going to be a new world order to everything. All right, but just going to some of these devils in the background, that they've been calling the shots, and been doing a lot of wickedness, that's not talked about. Okay, this is how this dragon, okay, can speak. You see, that's another thing. Other countries have seen this America as that dragon. They're aggressive, they destroy you. You see, other nations have had to deal with that. Now it's going to come to America, man. Okay, but the American people are going to have to deal, with the dragon. All right, pagan Rome, the fury and hell that comes with being in opposition. Okay, to Rome. Okay, so let's let this play a few minutes of it, then we'll move around from there.
Kissinger, one of the most controversial and powerful figures in American politics, is dead. Kissinger was an American diplomat and political scientist. He served as Kissinger was an American diplomat.
You look at these devils, man. You look at these other people, okay, that truly run the earth, man. Okay, this man is not built to be on earth. All right, we see why this devil is going to be exterminated after 1,000 years, man. All right, this is a hideous people. Okay, inwardly and outwardly, man. They look like death. The higher up you get with these devils, okay, the more hideous it gets. Edomite men and women, okay, completely overrated.
And political scientist. He served as National Security Advisor and Secretary of State under 2 presidents. And his career is full of a lot. Some laudable achievements, such as normalizing relations with China, but also full of some actions that many call war crimes. Many of you watching are 100% positive that Henry Kissinger is a war criminal. Others might see Kissinger as a brilliant leader who helped the US navigate very uncertain times during the Cold War. I actually met Henry Kissinger once. I was working at a think tank in DC where he was a counselor and trustee. And frankly, I didn't glean much about this guy's character in our little meeting. But since then, we've gotten to know him, at least his career. We've studied him and his actions, both the good and the bad. So today I want to look at this man, Henry Kissinger. I want to look at what he did and evaluate what we can learn from this person who, for better or worse, has played an influential role in how American power is wielded on the global stage.
On this, perhaps the most gentle and graceful land in all of Asia, President Nixon and Mr. Kissinger unleashed 100,000 tons of bombs.
Henry Kissinger was born on May 27, 1923 in Germany. When he was a teenager, his family left Germany for the United States, fleeing oppression from the Nazis. He went to Harvard and later was drafted into the army during World War II, serving in a counterintelligence role. After the war, he returned to Harvard and pursued a PhD in political science. Kissinger made a name for himself as a political theorist and author. He focused on the role of nuclear weapons and this new geopolitics that had emerged after World War II. He studied a political philosophy called Realpolitik, which emphasizes how countries gain power by reacting practically to conflicts and situations, as opposed to based on ideology or values. But from my reading, what made Kissinger powerful was his ability to connect with people, to network in Washington, D.C. That was perhaps his greatest asset, and the thing that kept him close to power. This was later exemplified by the fact that Kissinger served under both Republican and Democratic presidents. You can start to see Kissinger's realpolitik and networking skills in full action well before he ever stepped foot in the White House. According to this archived document from Nixon's chief of staff, early in his career when he was working for the Democratic president LBJ as an advisor on Vietnam, he cozied up to the Democrats' political opponent, Richard Nixon, who was running for president. So he cozies up to Nixon and conspires to pass Nixon information about secret Vietnam War peace talks happening in Paris. Nixon could potentially use this information that he got from Kissinger to prevent the peace talks from going well, which in turn would make the Democrats look bad, since they were the ones in power, and help pave the way for Nixon to win the presidency. Now, there's a significant debate on whether or not all of this sort of backroom deal thing had any impact on the peace talks. But what I care about in this little story is what it shows about Henry Kissinger, that he was willing to go to these lengths to betray the president he was working for and to cozy up to a candidate who he hated but thought could potentially win the presidency, to pass on information that could potentially compromise the peace talks that might end the war in Vietnam. Anyway, the peace talks did indeed break down the day before the presidential election, no less. Nixon ended up winning. And Kissinger, this political theorist turned power-hungry networker, had shown that he was willing to sabotage peace talks in the name of gaining favor in the eyes of a powerful man. Nixon appointed Kissinger as his national security advisor, giving him an unprecedented level of control over what he could use the American power machine to do on the global stage, all in the name of national security. Now listen, most of us weren't alive at this time, so we don't really know what this was like to live during the 60s and 70s, when kind of everything was about the Cold War and specifically Vietnam. So now you have Henry Kissinger and Richard Nixon overseeing this war. It was a war that was no closer to ending. A war that, remember, these two conspired to lengthen so that together they could end it and score Nixon political points. And this leads us to perhaps the most infamous of Kissinger's sins. There's a reason why Anthony Bourdain said, quote, "Once you've been to Cambodia, you'll never stop wanting to beat Henry Kissinger to death with your bare hands." That's because in March 1969, Kissinger directed the US Air Force to fly over Vietnam's neighbor, Cambodia, a neutral third party, and to drop bombs everywhere.
President Nixon and Mr. Kissinger unleashed 100,000 tons of bombs, the equivalent of 5 Hiroshimas. The bombing was their personal decision. Illegally and secretly, they bombed Cambodia, a neutral country, back to the Stone Age.
The goal was to eliminate North Vietnamese supply lines and strongholds that were in.
So what we seeing, happening in, Hamas, all right, and those small hats and what they're doing, this is nothing new. This is how these devils get down. Okay, and as you can see, a guy like Kissinger, and he reminds you of Haman. He was able to weasel his way, into power. And this is what they get in power to do. To destroy, man. This is what this devil is about. This is the dragon. And this is what America, this is what's going to be unleashed on America, man. Okay, and they've been, a terror to these other nations that are completely defenseless. Okay, against their military might. Okay, and they all do it under the banner of national security. Cambodia is no threat to national security, man. Okay, but 100,000 tons of bombs. Okay, and just indiscriminately, just taking people back to the Stone Age. And this is why, all right, the scriptures speak about, do unto her, and she done, unto you. And which we're going to get these things, but real quick, let's get this and we'll go back to the video, play a few more minutes of it. But he just reminded me of this character, Haman. All right, and these devils, always knew how to, get the favor of who's in power and be promoted. Now, this is Esther 3:1. It says, after these things, the king Osiris all right, promote Haman, all right, the son of Hamathiah, the Agagite, all right, which Agagite, you had King Agag, okay, which was king of what? Amalek. All right, so Haman is Amalek. And this one thing these small heads know how to do. If they're not in power, they know how to get next to power and supplant. Okay? And it says, and Haman, the son of Hamathala, all right, the Agagite, and advance him and set him above all the princes that were with him, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not, nor did reverence him. And that's where you get into that dispute, okay, with Haman and Mordecai. Okay, you go into that story, and that's where we get Purim, which sundown is the last day of Purim. All right, today, So going into that, and then let's go back here, play some more of the video, and then we'll get some more precepts. Okay. Yeah, these guys are just devils. All right. Yeah, let's play this.
In Cambodia, but the response was carpet bombing. Carpet bombing is indiscriminate. It has unknown targets, which means that civilians usually get caught in the crossfire. So now you have B-52s raining down hell from the sky at all hours of the day. Homes were reduced to rubble. Entire villages were turned immediately into refugees. And what the record shows, that came out later, is that all of this indiscriminate bombing, this slaughter from above, was approved by and then concealed by Henry Kissinger. This map that you're looking at is not some stylized representation of this. This is actual data. We have the data of every bomb, hundreds of thousands of bombs that were dropped on Cambodia during this time. All in all, at least 100,000 Cambodians died in all of this. 2 million were made homeless. And this is in a country of only 7 million people. In total, the US dropped 2,756,000 tons of bombs on Cambodia. Many of these bombs went undetonated, turning the country into a minefield of undetonated explosives that still exist today. And perhaps more significantly, contributing to the destabilizing of this country, making way for a violent communist party to rise to power with a vengeance, leading to a mass genocide. All of this happened in secret, without the approval of Congress. It was Henry Kissinger, this one man, wielding his deftly gotten power to ruthlessly get what he wanted at any cost. As the endless war was near its end, peace negotiations kept breaking down. In response, Kissinger sent another round of brutal bombings around Christmas 1972 in an effort to force the North Vietnamese back to the negotiating table.
Now stick with me for the next 90 seconds and I'll actually show you how, because here's the deal. Most of the action in the markets actually happened.
And I'm not exaggerating here. Like Kissinger literally said, quote, "We bombed the North Vietnamese into accepting our concessions." Some historians argued that the bombings had little effect on the peace talks and instead only resulted in more pain, more death, and more destruction. And yet, this is where the story takes an insane turn. The next year, Henry Kissinger was given a Nobel Peace Prize for brokering the ceasefire in Vietnam, an award given to him for ending a war that didn't actually end, an award that his North Vietnamese counterpart would decline. 2 members of the Nobel Peace Committee resigned in protest because of this.
It is as if everyone at the Olympic Stadium joined in carrying an athlete on their shoulders in an endless triumphal procession, without pausing to realize that in fact he had won no gold medals at all.
And Kissinger himself even felt weird about this and offered to give the medal back to the committee. Okay, this is what...
So, yeah. So, yeah, just wanted to give you a little rundown of that devil. All right, but these are the people, these are the type of people that are in the background, okay, that really, call the shots. Okay. And when it says he's gonna speak like a dragon, all right, this man is gonna get busy, okay, in the earth, man, especially here in homeland America, man. Okay, and they've been at war with Americans for the longest, dumbing you down, destroying your health, putting the juice in you, having you divided against each other. Okay. And that last thing is they gonna bring the hammer. Okay, they gonna bring the hammer home. Okay, because these people up top, they're all globalists. Okay. They want a global government. All right. The American government and the Constitution, they could give two shits about it. Okay. So when you go here, the brother of the water too, bro. This is brother Naquam 777. Henry Kissinger crimes, Cambodian bombings, 500,000 deleted. East Timor invasive, 200,000 deleted. Chile government overthrow, Bangladesh killing millions of death. Argentabas, dirty war, 30,000 deleted. Laos, 200,000 deleted. So this is, how these devils get down, man. And the scriptures go into this thing, so we're going to get some few precepts. This is Proverbs 4:16 said, for evil people can't sleep until they done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest, all right, until I think it was some more. No, until they cause some to fall, So this is how these devils operate, man. This is their method of peace. They're gonna bomb you to peace negotiation. You're gonna bomb you until you come to the peace table, the negotiation table. You're gonna kill civilians, women, children, destroy families, make people homeless until you come to the negotiation table. Okay? Yeah, people going to find out the hard way that this man is not right. Okay? That this man has no, integrity, no morality in him. Okay? This man is all about death and power. Okay? This is the brother GMS in his likeness. Psalms 10:15 said, break down the arm of the wicked and the evil man, seek out the wickedness till thou find none. And this is what we pray upon, that this man's rulership is ended, that this man is stopped, and this is our expectation, okay, of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, is that this man is stopped. Okay, well, let's get a few precepts because you go here. All right, Jeremiah. Okay, chapter 50. I started at 21. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pakad, waste and utterly destroy after them, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. Okay, and you go into Maratham or Miratham, okay, in the Hebrew. Okay, it goes into Marathayim, all right, Marathayim in the Hebrew, and it goes into double rebellion, another name of Babylon. Okay, and this man has utilized America to be a hammer of the earth and push rebellion in the earth. Okay, but there's a judgment, all right, to come. All right, this new Rome, all right, this Babylon the Great. Okay, there's a judgment for that. You see, it says a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction, and the destruction gonna come from missiles, man. Because now, all right, these other nations possess missiles, all right, to get busy with the whore. Okay, to bring down, all right, new Rome. All right, it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder? Okay, and America has just been the hammer of the whole earth. Okay, to where they just been able to pulverize nations militarily, and they can pulverize them economically with sanctions, man. Okay, so this place has been a hammer in the earth. So we serve a just power. The Lord is going to allow these nations to hammer America into a desert, man. It said, how has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Okay? How is this place that's been the hammer of the earth? How has it been broken? How is this military going to be broken? How is this government, okay? Its money system, how are these things going to be broken, man? Okay? How is it going to become a desolation? You see? And the Lord has set these devils up for failure on every side. Jeremiah 15:24, I have laid a snare for thee. Thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai. Okay, and these devils, okay, are a complete rebellion. Their whole rulership is based on striving against Yahweh by Shema Shai. This whole NWO is a system that's anti-Messiah, that's anti-righteousness, man. Okay, this man wants to do away with the remembrance of the Most High. Okay, with the remembrance of righteousness, man. Okay, this man really wants to do a hard reset in the earth, man, under the banner of Satan. Okay, or under the image, okay, of pagan Rome. Okay, so he's been speaking as a lamb, but this man is going to speak like a dragon here soon. Okay, and Trump, like I say, he brought back the DEI. Okay, you got Elon Musk, telling, either might stop feeling guilty for what happened. We paid our debt for that. We own something else now. Okay, verse this Jeremiah 15:14 said, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai." Okay, so the war that's coming to America, all these nations, okay, that's nuclear capable, all right, are going to eventually shoot their nukes on America, man. Even their allies, the EU. This beast is even going to shoot missiles on itself. Okay, it says, "Shot out against her round about, she have given her hand, her foundations are fallen," which means it says her walls are thrown down. So it's going to be completely defenseless against this onslaught that's prophesied to take place in America, man. All right, and they're just one of many, just as the brother posted different, occasions where these devils have just gone throughout the earth, just deleting, just bombing people to hell and back, and you don't hear about it. Okay, and you don't hear about the men, all right, that's really in power making these calls. Okay, but these men are starting to come to the forefront. Okay, because you go into that guy Klaus Schwab, all right, of the World Economic Forum, the WEF. Well, he comes under this guy, Henry Kissinger. He's a protege of Henry Kissinger, man. The man that's telling you about this fourth industrial revolution. Okay, that things won't change, people will change. Okay, it says, "For it is the vengeance of the Lord, all right, take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her." Okay, if she had done, do unto her. Okay, so all this wickedness, all this destruction that America has pushed in the earth, all of it is going to come back in an hour, as the scriptures say. In 1 hour, this place is going to be made into a desert, man. And America has done a lot of wickedness, okay, globally, man. This is why everyone looks at America with so much disdain, man. A lot of people on the outside looking in, they look at America with a lot of disdain. Okay, because you go here, all right, because Yahweh Shai is coming to put this dragon to rest once and for all. All right, Revelation 12:7. "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon." All right, and Michael is a representative of the heavenly host, which is going to be led by Yahweh Shai. He said they're going to fight against what? The dragon. All right, New Rome. Okay, and the dragon fought and his angels. Okay, because the Rome has been terrorizing the earth, and Yahushua is coming to terrorize, all right, this new Roman Empire, man. Okay, and prevail not. Okay, so these devils prevail not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven, which is in rulership. Okay, because the war in heaven is going to be in the atmosphere. All right, but when Yahushua runs through the militaries of the earth, all right, that's the end of their rulership. Okay, because that's what your rulership is based on, your power. Okay, to enforce your rule, your authority. And Yahushua is coming to remove, all right, the powers that be. Okay, he's going to destroy the militaries of the earth. Okay, and it says, verse 9, it says, and the great dragon was cast out. Okay, that old serpent called the devil. You see, that old dragon. Okay, that pagan Rome that's been revived. That old serpent. Okay, because that serpent, which goes into Nakash, and right in the Hebrew goes to that diviner. Okay, fortune teller, pretty much a warlock and a witchcraft. Which this man runs this beast system through what? Witchcraft, man. Is heavy, all right, saturated with a left hand magic, man. That old serpent, that old deceiver, called the devil and Satan, the adversary, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him, man. And this man's military being brought down, okay, from the heavens and being destroyed, man. Okay, being demoted, all right, and being completely obliterated. You see? So the militaries of this beast system, okay, are going to fall. Okay, and this government, all right, that Esau, thinks that he's going to establish, through technology, okay, through left hand means, is going to fail. You see, verse 12, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. Okay, and this is true victory, man. This is the time, all right, of true rejoicing, man. Okay, when Edomite authority, okay, is crushed in the earth, when this beast system is consumed by Yahushua, all right, and we're in those chariots and chains, man. Okay, and that's the beginning of the kingdom of Israel, man. Immediately, that's why Jacob held the heel of Esau. That transition. This is that transition. Okay, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Well, this is the completion of that transition at the return of Yahushua. Okay, it said, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Okay, so yeah, that's the point. Just wanted to get into that, touch on that a little bit. So yeah, we end it there. So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again, and give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards y'all brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful. Shalom.